Y'all know that I am a little remiss about providing my opinion on a lot of things when it comes to fighting game balance and things like that, because people will take my opinion and run with it. But you know what I've realized? People are just gonna do that anyways, no matter what I do. I could sit here at my, just chilling out, and people will say, you know what, Nagoriyuki's broken. It doesn't matter what I do. Might as well just provide my opinions once and for all before the next patch comes out, which we're hoping is soon. You can have a tier list. I feel like most other top level players have agreed with this tier list. It's pretty fair. However, these are just my opinions after thinking about the characters in the game a lot through my travels and tournaments and playing casually and competitively with people at all levels and speaking to my peers. This is what I found. But if you want to sound smart as hell and win an argument on Discord, you can listen to this stuff, gain an understanding, and utilize these points as your own. People will think you're super smart and reasonable. Go for it. As of patch 1.10, Vals is way better than he was at launch. I would actually say he's a fine character. He's fine. Not even that bad, honestly. Like, for example, he has a pretty key, advantageous matchup against a very popular character, and he fights characters like Sol and Kai pretty well as well. Also, the problem is that he still has ridiculously bad matchups against many other commonly played tournament characters. So think Happy Chaos, Axel, Ramlethal, matchups that he traditionally would have won hard in the last versions of Guilty Gear like Ino are now much more even and much more fair. I personally would make it so that mix is more consistent by improving the startup time or how it interacts with how Faust wants a combo. Give him a little bit more health or more guts. And if you want to make him jump an entire tier, go crazy. Give him a serious conversion tool, like Pogo. You remember Pogo from XX and Xrd? Faust doesn't even need to move on, from where he is on the tier list. The issues that he has with conversion ability really drops his consistency, and that's not where you want to be in tournament. That's not even to say anything about, his items. Y'all know I don't like Anji. Anji and Anji players are super ignorant because Anji only does two things. He either is killing you when he gets a hit somehow. We don't know how he's gonna hit you in neutral, okay? Besides running at you and spinning or just doing ko at the air. Now, if Anji is doing ko, that's a good character. I don't fuck around with that, okay? But until that point, whenever you see Anji players, they're just doing a whole bunch of crazy bullshit. They're just fucking spinning in place because that's all that they can do. The problem is that fusion is just not good, and spin has very easy and safe counterplay by a bunch of strong characters as well. My personal wish list is that give him some of his older command normals, right? 3P, command overhead, 20 frames. His old 3K, nearly full screen command normal that wall bounces on counter hit. Old 6S, the one that fucking swings into the sky so high. It's not even that it has a great hitbox. It's that it's a command normal, and command normals in Guilty Gear Strive are a trait of strong characters. They help with pressure, they help with creating space in neutral, and honestly, Anji deserves to be pumped with the power to do something that isn't either hitting you with ko or killing you, which is unlikely, because how does he hit you? This guy's pretty good. He has a lot of damage. He has a lot of damage, okay? He has amazing pressure. His neutral with, Skyfish and Gatling Gun and Hyper Hop JD, he can bully pretty hard in neutral, actually. Obviously, if he gets some real offense started, the defender's only hope is to pick a God and pray as they get chimped into bone dust. The issue with him is that his matchups are so polarizing. Axel, horrendous. Nago is a joke. Happy Chaos is unwinnable. Ramlethal is absurd. And those are very common. What would we do to change them? Nothing. The problem is not with him. Maybe give him some top end or acceleration on his dash. Alright, no meme. The problem is that Guard Crush change in 1.10, where you can faultless defense and push people away for doing Guard Crushes on you, that was a huge nerf to goal Lewis. It was a big buff to the defender of somebody who's under guard crush pressure. Like, his offense is still good. The problem is the matchups. That's why he's down here. Know what I'm saying? Jacko Valentine? Is she a Valentine? Whatever. My immediate knock against Jacko is that she's a squishy in Guilty Gear Strive. To me, that automatically drops you down a ladder unless you're crazy strong. But as for good things, her pressure game with the minions, if done properly, is like absurd. It's so hard to leave the corner against Jacko, right? Like, usually the only way you're leaving is either you're dead or she puts you through the wall. Like, usually when she manages to hit you after doing all the Jacko super with the, minions bouncing off of you 7 times because they don't go away because you spend meter on the super. Like, if she manages to hit you, it doesn't usually do a crazy amount of damage. You have to get hit by something outrageous for Jacko to really kill you. Think like the football kick counter hit and how it bounces you off the wall. That is some damage from Jacko. As such, she gets dunked on pretty hard by the meta characters of the game. Not just because she's a squishy. That's not it. It's that it's very hard for her to rebuild momentum once someone is in, thanks to the minion system and how like minions go away when she gets hit and how the meter has to refill or else she can't do anything. And notably, her reversal super is mega clunky. If you manage to get it, it does a shit ton of damage. As for what I would change, is there any reason why she has to be a squishy? Really? She can have normal health. Happy Chaos can have normal health. Jacko can have normal health. It would make a huge difference. She's a squishy. She automatically gets dropped down a ladder if you're playing her in tournament. What's the deal with Milia's 2D being like -11 on block? What is that? That's like the key problem. Really hits her in a ton of matchups. It forces her into this nasty RPS where she could just lose her life. There's no safe Gatling. I mean, if you go into 2D, it's just not safe. But Milia is capable of just mixing you until you're dead. Doesn't matter how good you are. Like, look at me. I'll tell you. It doesn't matter how good you are. I get mixed by Milia and fall over and die because I can't block it. The vortex is invisible. It shouldn't be possible to block it, It should be really hard to block. But the problem arises where the damage that she gets off of doing like her disc mix-up, the standard stuff, is not great. She take Ramlethal versus Soul. She needs to be right 10 times in one match, whereas Ramlethal or Soul, would hypothetically only need to be right twice. One hit in neutral or one hit while you're trying to go in, and then one hit to kill you now that you're up against the wall. Or if you don't get hit in neutral, one reversal Mortabato, and then one hit up against the wall. Because she's a squishy. But that's not Milia's fault. That's Ramlethal and other characters having really strong reversals. As for my wish list, does her 2D have to be -11? It's so critical. It is so critical that she gets punished for doing 2D, and her option tree on block from 2D is also all punishable. It's so frightening. There's no safe way for her to disengage once she is in. This is a never squishy character, which automatically drops him down a ladder. Being a squishy in this game, horrified of a lot of characters. But this guy, I don't know. He's like in the ass crack of B and C. Like, I can't decide where he goes. He's a neutral all-star. Chip is a neutral god. In the right hands and with the right amount of attentiveness, he can find a way to outplay anyone in neutral. He has way more than enough offensive capacity to end the round once he's got some meter and good positioning too. Once he's ahead, he abuses the positive bonus system like crazy. Like, have you ever seen Chip in positive bonus? He has an infinite block string. He just keep on going. So his momentum is so high, and it's not hard for him to reestablish it on his back foot. But the explosiveness of the game makes it very simple and easy to just accidentally blow him out should you happen to guess right, which is not hard. And spoilers, the most played characters in the game are all very good at doing that. It doesn't take you very much effort to just guess on Wake Up Close Slash as Happy Chaos, and then Chip is losing at least 70%. As for what I would change about him, nothing. He's awesome. If you make him better, then we had this situation where, remember the launch of the game and how Chip players only used like J2K and that was it? And that was enough to like win entire tournaments? No. He's fine where he is. This is another case of like similar to Gold Lewis, where I personally think he is fine, but certain matchups make him look like a complete joke, which is not where you want to be at all. These matchups are Zato, Axel, Jacko, maybe Faust. Nago is bad, but I mean, you can fight Nago as pot, right? A lot of people complain about Garuda, but honestly, Potemkin should be rewarded seriously for getting in after neutral, and it's okay for grapplers to have strong tools, and we need to accept this, okay? As for my wish list, make Heavenly Potemkin Buster less inconsistent. That would probably help a ton with letting him read people with crappy defense, but usually Heavenly just falls apart and doesn't work. It's like strapped together with office tape. Yeah, fix the hitbox, please. Thank you, Arc System Works. Kaisuke, like Thanos would say, perfectly balanced in every way. Alright, editorial aside here, as a Nago player, I personally am not afraid at all of Kaisuke, but hypothetically, he should be the type of character to bully characters like Nago quite a bit. Limited movement, slow recovery on a bunch of normals. But at this level on my tier list and my list of opinions, it's very rarely going to be about why a character should be stronger or weaker or their particular flaws. You're gonna need to look higher to see like real issues with, you know, characters, right? As for my wish list, I don't know. Maybe improve his shock state a little, make it last longer, or can he like get it off a grab or stun dipper and make stun dipper not consume shock state for like 2 damage? I don't think that would be that crazy, but really, he doesn't need it. He's fine. In my short experience playing against strong players like Romola and Kleinbatize and Kid Viper, I think Testament's awesome. Like a nice, fair character that doesn't blow you out with RPS, you know, with lots of counterplay and flaws, right? It's a character that isn't so simple that they play themselves almost, like think like Leia Whitefang. Testament rewards creativity and precision with huge but high recovery normals, and using the Stain State and the Succubus, like there's a lot of room to expand effectiveness when it comes to Testament's neutral and offense. Yeah, the reversal super might be like, you know, a little mopey, but at least you got one. It could be Faust reversal super. Ugh, yuck. Right now, the Testament players are in the lab figuring out what it's going to take to really take Testament to the next level, so watch out for the right Testament player to begin to rise up in tournament and show what Testament is capable of. She's a titty samurai. Talk about an offensive powerhouse, like, for real. Her pressure and her mix is, like, crazy. Like, with the Yozansen and great normals, like, 5S, 2S, 5H, JS, like, JS is wild good. It's so good. Other than that, I don't know, like, Kabari is not that amazing as her, like, other key special move, with Tatami as well. They both have, like, faults as pressure extension tools, but I suppose Kabari is okay when Baiken has meter to cover herself. Her counter does a lot of damage though, but it's really tricky to use right since the active frames are so low. How active is it? It's like 4 frames active, 6 frames? It's very, very low. And this is like the least annoying iteration of Baiken and her counter yet. It's been like 2 decades or something we've had Baiken and Guilty Gear. This is the least annoying she's ever been. But does she really have to be a squishy? Like, why do we keep on doing this with certain characters? Also, can she get a little bit of a boost on the range on her reversal super? It's really tiny. So you might be surprised to see Giovanna here, where she is on the tier list, you know, below the quote-unquote top tiers. But Giovanna is not what I would describe as a top-tier character. She doesn't share certain traits, but she is very powerful and has a fantastic matchup spread against those characters. I don't even think she loses to any character at all in the game. She has awesome conversion ability, amazing buttons in neutral, crazy movement. I mean, when I saw Giovanna first, I was really convinced that she's like boring as fuck. She's more like a Street Fighter character with mega high stats, or a level bajillion super rookie from Ragnarok. She just does the thing in a very simple and effective way, and that's fine. She has to make some hard reads in neutral to get things started, but once she does, you'll be begging for her to stop being in your face, throw looping you very quickly. Just watch Days as, you know, just to get an example of what that looks like. As for what I would change about her, nothing. But if you really want to know, can we do something about her 2D? Why is this so absurd? Have you looked at the hurt box on 2D? Why she gotta pull her hurt box off screen when she's doing that normal? Why is she anti-airing with it? Like, what's up? And, you know, maybe can we nerf the damage on her reversal super? Like, goddamn. Y'all know the meme from Pulp Fiction? Where the guy is like, you know, walking around like, what's going on in here? You know? Why does everybody think this character is top tier? Like, what is it? Who hurt you? I mean, yeah, she does hurt if she counter hits you, but that's no different than every other character in the game. So, on release of the game, yeah, she was top 5. She is easily top 5. She is godlike, but she got nerfed. She got nerfed hard, and now she's much more reasonable. She's just strong in, you know, many simple aspects in the game, but not overwhelmingly so. You know, think like having conversion into a hard knockdown from her 2P or her 5P with 3K. A command grab that combos, awesome reversal supers, and actual mix-up, like real high-low left-right. That is some of the highest privilege you can have in Guilty Gear Strive. I wouldn't change anything about her. I never had any issue fighting Mei. I don't know why y'all cry about her. Get good. Whatever. Anyways. This guy is obnoxious. I hate him. He's obnoxious and annoying for, like, all the wrong reasons. I feel like he's a character that fights so many characters in the game exactly the same, and in that regard, Exo players are super privileged that their character's game plan works so well across so many matchups. But, I don't know. It's not that extreme. It's just that his zoning is so strong, and a lot of times you don't even need more than that. What pushed him from the lower end when the game came out was giving him a 5-frame 2K that every character gets punished by in some way. It is fucked up. His 2K is fucked up. And I feel like there's so many matches against Axel that is like literally just down to whether Axel gets this right on 2K once you're in. Since he could just 2K, 2D, 2H OGG, meaty Rensen, and you're right back where you were, and it's really just not fun. It's just like really like one note. I'm not fooled at all by Axel players saying like JS is so bad now. Like, let's get real. The character still zones out almost a whole cast with the same game plan. I really just wished like there was more interesting decisions for Axel and his opponent to make while they're trying to outplay him, but it just ends up being like, you know, I flip the coin and does it come up high or low? So for my wish list, can we make his 5K the 5-frame normal instead of 2K? Probably pointless to ask. You're right. Congratulations, Ino. You have won the biggest turnaround award for 2022 from being such a piece of shit at the launch of the game, and now you're like very, very strong. Let me tell you about Ino. You are not blocking this character when she knocks you down. I know it. You know it. I played the best of the best Inos with Daru and Diaphone and DON. I am blocking that mix. And if I ain't blocking it, you ain't blocking it. So don't try and tell me that the mix ain't that good. I see y'all. The game changer here was that the air Gatling system mechanic change in 1.10 gives her access to JS into JD as a direct Gatling, and it is unreal how fucked up that is. It's fucked up that she has that. If you can make it whiff somehow, then yeah, sure, it's completely unsafe, but the only way you're gonna manage that is usually by IBFDing, but you have to guess right in the first place to get that off. Yeah, she's a squishy, but with how much she can beat on you if you get knocked down, she probably deserves it. Ino's also great because she uses all the system mechanics of the game quite excellently on offense. As for my wish list for what to change about her 6P is so stupid. Why am I getting smoked by Ino doing wake up reversal 6P? What the fuck is this? What is this gorilla shit? Like, let's have some manners here. And now we're actually gonna stop this video here. After this, we're gonna get into the top tiers of the game. They have a lot going on, and there's a lot to discuss as to why they're so fucked up. So we'll put a T on it here, and then y'all can come back for the next video. Subscribe to my YouTube, this is that. It'll probably be tomorrow, so tune in, will you?